Y'all get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again with another legendary episode of my worthless 2 cents table talk, where your approval is not needed. Boy, look here. I'm gonna get back like this. I'm gonna get back like this. Old country boy, I want y'all to look. You know, you got to dress the part. You got to dress the part when you got a legend. When you got a legend up in the house. Look here, I know y'all thought that this boy over here, that old country boy, like he just be talking and folks don't want to come see nothing because he ain't gonna have. Y'all, look at here. I got a living legend in the house. Yes, indeed. Whew. Wait a minute. Wait. I got to this old. I told y'all we gonna eat. We gonna eat today. We gonna eat. I'm ready to eat. I ain't getting nothing on my shirt. Cause this here shirt, I can't get dirty. We gonna eat today. Y'all look at him, look at him, look at him. The table has been cleared. Cause I had to clear it. Cause I had this man right here. Cause I ain't want him to knock nothing over. Cause I told him, I said, man, look, come to the table. And he gonna bring a dish to the table. Y'all look at here. Let me tell you, it's finna be on. Ain't nobody gonna leave hungry. Not today. It ain't finna happen. So look, old country boy, I'm gonna sit back. Cause I got the brain. I ain't used to being around legends, okay? I ain't used to being in the company of legends. Boy, I got a legend. Now, y'all hear me? There's a legend on this show. Yes, indeed. And y'all, it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a joy. It is a blessing to have this man grace this platform to come tonight, to come to feed us. So look, I hope y'all ready to eat. That's what I done told you once. I hope y'all ready to eat. I've been working out all week. You know, I've been doing push up. Oh, that ain't a push up, is it? Well, I was pushing up like that because I was getting my appetite right. Because I knew tonight I was gonna eat. I was gonna be fat, full, and ready to go to sleep once I get done with this right here. I knew that. So I'm ready. I'm ready, and I hope y'all ready. So y'all know I don't do no introductions. Y'all know I don't be, you know, but him, he introduced himself. Y'all see it. Y'all play. Don't play. Don't act like you know. Act like you know. Oh, look at it.
That is sure.
Like you know. Act like you need better. You better act. Yo, look here. I'm trying to wind something up for you because I want to get you wound up. I'm trying to see if I can get you heated up. Let me see here. Oh, hold on. I might have something for you because I want to bring you in right. I don't want to bring you in crook. Hold on. Let me see here. It might be. Let me see here. Let me see if I want you to feel at home. I want you to feel.
All I gotta do is hit them drums. There we go. That's all it takes.
Oh, look here. Man, look here. Look, I'm gonna shut up. Look here. And I always say, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, we got a legend about to put something in your ear. Joe, do your thing,
baby. It's an honor to be here. And talking about Grambling too is even more of an honor. I was kind of surprised when I got the honor, but I wasn't going to pass it up. Because the minute I saw it, I responded to it because I said, yeah, This sounds like something I need. But talking about grambling is easy. Problem is, I don't know when to stop talking about grambling.
Hey, have your way, brother.
They always tell me when I suck. Now at home when I get to talk about grambling, if you ain't a grambling person, you don't want to be around me. Especially them Southern people. Oh Lord. I met one fellow from Southern though that I bought my last vehicle for. He shut me down. This young fella here, man, he talk more noise than me. And I'll talk a Southern person into the ground. This little young fella, I had to get out. But to say I was buying a car from him, I had to get away from around him. Because he talked more. He was in a band and he talked more noise than anything. I said, man, I don't know how you would talk so much noise in a band, because you know Southern believe that crap about they got the best band. They've been living on that foolishness for years. But I get a kick out of them because they make a good effort, but they still ain't grambling.
There you go.
Because our band was which is what drove me in most of our games. There were certain things the band would play and feel like I put on a Superman cape, because some of the band used to, I don't know, on the field I couldn't look in the stands and tell you who was in the stands. It could be 20, 30, 40,000 people in the stand. I could see nobody, but I could see the band when I couldn't see nothing else. Everything else was a blur to me when I turned around away from the field. But the band, when the band wanted us, when we wanted to get something, the band had certain things they would play, man, and it was like, I felt sorry for the people we was playing against. That music used to drive me.
Yeah, wow.
That's why I tell people when they talk about the world fame was as much a part of us winning as we were on the field ripping and running. Because, bro, that band, when I left Grambling, that's one thing I missed more than anything. I never wanted to leave Grambling for one thing, but I know I couldn't make no money there. But when playing football without our band just wasn't the same to me.
Wow.
That was my energy. And then the crowd too. Then I never wanted our fans to see us lose on our home field. Right. All these things motivated me. And then I didn't want my teammates to lose, because practice got too hard. Practice would go from a 2.5 hour practice to a 4 hour practice if you lost the game. And you didn't want that. And if the offense didn't score enough, they'd be on the field all night. If the defense gave up too many points, we'd be out there. You didn't want Coach Robinson on your end of the field, is what we learned. Coach come hung out with us one year, I think my freshman year, we kind of started off kind of bad. Coach Robinson started coming hanging on the defensive end. Hell, after that, we became the best defense in the SWAC. So we didn't want him down there with us no more. Because he don't know, he never know when to quit.
Yeah, man.
But that man told me about character. He said your character will speak for you when you're not here. And at first I didn't understand what that meant. But as I watched him, right, I learned about what he meant. And a lot of who I became in Grambling was because of the things that I was taught from people like him, and prayers, spending time around those types of folks. And some of the players that I met in Grambling were very important to me too. Because when I first got there, everybody was about winning and graduating.
Right.
And that inspired me more than anything, because it wasn't just about football. They cared their life about football, but they also cared about the time beyond when we left Grambling.
Right.
And there was a lot of experiences that my Grambling that I'll never forget. But winning was the most important thing.
Man.
I hate to lose. I hated to lose any game. And I played in all but 2 games the 4 years I was there. Wow. And the 2 that I missed, I tried to play them. Coach Sterling would let me play because I was limping. But hell, I'd have played on one foot because I just didn't want to see us lose. But that was my experience at Grambling was one I'll never forget. The hardest thing was for me when it came time to graduate, I didn't want to leave.
Right.
But I couldn't stay. But that's home.
Man. So just, and through all your experiences and through your whole life, man, and you know what this is about. This platform It's just about you sharing you and whatever it is that you feel comfortable with sharing. Your life experiences, your ups, your downs, your goods, your bad, something that will feed other people, and that's what it, that's what it's about. We here to feed some people, because I know some people probably have some adversity, some this, that, and the other. But man, from I'll tell you on screen, off screen, it's an honor. I'm privileged. I am privileged to be sitting right here having a conversation with you. As a kid, me coming up, that old boy back there in the country, coming up in the country, watching how hard it was and what y'all did and what you put in the effort, and the drive and the determination to become who you are, not just as athletes, but who you are as a man.
Yes. Well, a lot of that comes from hard work. You learn hard work. Work pays off. When I got out of football, the whole time I was in school, I never really knew what I wanted to do when I got out of school, because I figured I played football a couple of years and then I decided then. But my degree was in art education, and I never wanted to teach. I just had to get a degree in something. And when I got out of school after football, I found most of what I was good at was organization and management, even though I didn't major in neither one of them. The work that I wind up doing was more or less, it was always some sort of organizing something. Not like, say, like some kind of most of the stuff I did was in heavy lifting stuff. What, like moving big things and staging warehouses and all that kind of stuff. But when I was in school, I had no clue of none of that. Right. Actually, if I would have knew what I was good at, logistics would have been a major of mine in school, but I didn't know. I came to Grambling to play football, and I figured I'd figure out life after while I was there or when I got out.
Right.
And I found a lot of life challenges when I showed up in a lot of jobs, places, people always said I'm overqualified. And after a while, I started realizing I wasn't overqualified. I was a little too dark. And it hindered me from a lot of jobs. But the jobs that I did, that's kind of like, I work them just like I would do anything else to be the best at what I was doing, regardless of what it is. My mom used to give us a broom and tell us to learn how to sweep. Because if you don't learn nothing, you may have to might have to sweep floors for a living. And She said, if you're going to learn how to sweep floors, you're going to learn how to be the best floor sweeper there is. So whatever I do, I try to do the best I can at. Right. Don't always succeed at everything I do, but most things I always start them with the right intentions. And I find myself trying to help people all the time in life. I don't, it's something I found when I got in church and we studied our prophetic gifts and all that, and mine, what I found out, was as a giver, because I'll give of me for most things to help anybody. And it's just something that I do. And since I've been retired, I spend most of my time now painting and helping people. Where I see somebody need help, I'll go and help. And where I see people need help and don't have help, I'll show up.
Right.
Because it's just something that I do. But I don't know. Life has been it's kind of easy for me because I accept my life and everything in it as it is.
Right.
I didn't make the money that a lot of people would figure, is comfortable, but I lived a comfortable life. I'm living a comfortable life now. Right. I haven't worked since 2014, I think. And I don't miss an hour of working. I retired at 55 years old. And when the last day of the job that I was working after I retired, when the people told us they were laying us off in 60 days, you know how when you, like right after Christmas, you start counting down the days to the last day of school? That was me. We had 60 days more to work. And on that 60th day, we get to go to work that morning, sign out everything. They gave us our severance pay and all that stuff and told us all about unemployment. All that. Shh. When they said, y'all can go now, I didn't hear the go. I heard the G part of the go. I was in my car by the time the O came out. So, and I haven't looked back since.
Right.
But the one thing that I didn't, my teachers, they fussed with me a lot in school was I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And they thought I should have focused more on art. I always only thought I should have focused on football because that's what brought me there.
Right.
And this is what I focus on. But like the art thing is something I've always done from a child, but I never took it serious until basically since the pandemic. Because I've always painted, I've always drawn, but I'll draw stuff just to be doing something. Now I do things that I try to put a little more effort into what I'm doing and make them a little bit more serious. And the sad thing about now I can't sell stuff because people think I want too much for it. And most of my art, I don't never try to overprice. I try to price my art so if I could buy it.
Right.
Because I know a lot of artists I know that paint beautiful art, like Dal Triplett. If anybody art I wish I could buy, Dal would be the first person art I would buy. But the man, he works just as hard as me painting, and he's an inspiration to me. But we can't afford each other's art because we're so busy trying to sell out.
Right.
But he knows how to sell his. Me, I feel so compelled to give my art to people because I just do it for the joy of doing it. There's not a one paint that I've done in this house that I've sat here and said, well, I'm gonna make about $600 off this. I'm gonna paint this one. I'm gonna ask $800. I never know what I'm gonna ask somebody for art.
Right.
And it makes it hard for me to sell things, and a lot of people will take advantage of that. So it's to me, it's just something. When I get off, when we get through with this interview, I'm going to take a shower, and I'll be painting till I'll paint till from midnight to 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I do this every night.
Wow.
And through the day, I'll paint. Like I love rainy days because then I don't have to worry about doing anything outdoors. So basically, I wake up, I paint, and I paint on everything: bottles, cardboard. Well, not cardboard, but I used to do a lot of stuff on anything. I used to do a lot of paper drawings and stuff. I got a whole bunch of that stacked up. Now I got a house full of paintings, and I got nowhere to hang them all. And they around here everywhere. And people come and look at it, and they may buy a piece, or they may haggle over a piece, and I tell my price. I have paintings that people will pay me $1,000 for, and I offer them to some people for $300, and they think it's too much.
Oh wow.
I tell they don't know what the paint costs, the brushes cost, in the time that I put in doing what I do. Right. But I would do it whether I sell a piece of art or for the rest of my life. But I do a lot of my art I try to do for people. I've donated a lot of art for causes to help raise money. I do that for anybody. So, and I donate money to causes. I ain't no rich man, but I'm always donating to causes. You know, hell, they almost had me want to send $19 to take care of an elephant. And I'm saying, who the hell can feed an elephant for $19? I send money to causes. I send money to causes of people I think I can help, like St. Jude and disabled veterans or something like them. People can eat. The hell, I can't feed an elephant. I couldn't feed an elephant with $1,900 a month. And yet they're always on television. Help the elephant. The elephant need to help themselves.
So you gonna feed the elephant?
I would have tried, but $19. I said, you can feed the elephant for $19. Give me two. I'm gonna feed an elephant for $19. People crazy. But what they say, 39 cents a day. You can't feed me for 39 cents a day. Shoot.
That's a bunch of peanuts.
And I'm about to tell you now. Hell, I don't even eat peanuts. So I'm trying to think, you know, when I'm trying to do something, I'm always trying to do something to help people.
Right.
A lot of my friends, classmates and stuff that have gotten ill since we've gotten older, I've helped, you know, with some of them. Like, I don't know, some of these things just come natural to me. I don't know I'm gonna do some of the things I've done, but I've done them just because for the betterment of somebody.
Right.
When I know I had a buddy of mine when he lost the ability to walk, and he just lost. I think he had Lou Gehrig's disease or something like that. It took him away, but while he was here, he fought hard to stay here, and we did everything we could to help him. And you know, it's things like that that basically what I live doing now.
Right. And
I don't miss out. I don't do a lot of outside world stuff.
Right. And that's awesome though. You know, and the thing is that what you thought was not your gift was your gift.
I'm gonna tell you what the good Lord told me. the Wednesday night before my last Bayou Classic, I never dreamed about games that we played unless we were going to lose. And I hadn't dreamed we were going to lose a game in the 4 years I had been at Grambling. And going into that game that Wednesday before my last Bayou Classic, I dreamed we lost the game. 3 things happened in that dream. One, we lost the game. The dream also said that I was going to lose somebody important to me and that I would never play another full season of football. Now, all the stuff that was being said about me coming out of college, you know, I was high-rated defensive lineman and he bound to go this day, that day, and all of that went away after we lost to Southern. We lost to Southern that year 14-7. And that disturbed me for about 6 months. And it wasn't so much losing the game as it was the other things that came from it. Because everything else that was in the dream actually happened. I lost my mama. And even though I didn't get drafted, I got drafted. I didn't get drafted where I was projected to go. And it was never the same again. And I mean, no matter what I did, football was never the same again. And even though I kept trying to make myself believe I could do what the Lord told me I couldn't do. God a hard fella to go against you. And I wasn't going against him because he had blessed me all them years. And I said, well, he could have said, you're going to get hurt and never play again.
Right.
He just said we was going to lose and I would never play again. And I never did. And even though as much as I tried, it just never worked. So then I just found my way through life doing what I do. I'm healthy. I don't owe nobody. I ain't in no pain. And I do whatever I want. And that's me right now. So I live right now to paint and take care. I had two special need kids that I've raised to adults, and they my life. So the last thing their mother asked me before she passed was to take care of her children, and I'm gonna die doing that. So there's no confusion about who I am or what I am. Most people know I'm a man. A man love his children, love the Lord, and everybody in this world, and that's just how I am.
And that's great. And, you know, when and that's the thing is, you know, I say this a lot. It's not about what you're taught. It's about walking the walk. You know, and for me, this year was a whole different thing for me. This year, what happened this year for me is my ears, they kind of closed up a little bit, so I couldn't hear nobody telling me about how big their faith was, and I'm faithful to this and this, that, and the other. But my eyes, them suckers got real big, okay? Now, all I want to do is see you walking. You ain't got to tell me about it. Because, you know, a lot of people can do this right here.
Oh, yeah.
And this right here don't even match up. So, you know, all I want to do is for me, not only for me to see it, but I want to be able to do it. And that's the thing is if people start just doing it. You ain't got to tell nobody. Just walk it. You just live it.
One of the things that I've tried to do, the hardest thing I think we ever try to learn is not to judge. Because nobody knows what I go through each day. I don't know what everybody else goes through every day, but I can judge. Only thing I can judge you on is what I see.
Yes.
And we don't know what's going on inside of each other every day, how we feel. A person would see me and never think that was wrong with me because I don't ever let nobody know something wrong with me. I don't let people know anything about me because if it's bothering me, why bother them with it? If they could help you, yeah. If I saw somebody that I thought could help me, like if I need another hand to help me lift something, then I'd bother you. Something I know you can help me with. Some of the things inside of me, I know people can't help me with. And then sometimes I don't know, maybe they can. But I don't want to put my burden on nobody. Right. Because most of what I go through, the good Lord makes better every time. Yeah. You know, I've never spent a night in the hospital, never laid in a hospital bed, never been inside of a jail. I don't know what the back of a police car looked like. And none of that was because it was something somebody threatened me or scared me to do. No, common sense. It's too much. It's too hard to get in trouble. And I don't understand why people keep doing it. It's too easy to stay out of trouble. Right. I'll drive up and down the highway all day long and the police pass me coming and going. I don't never look at them and look like I'm worried because I ain't got nothing to worry about. Right. You make your life what you want it to be. It's like these kids today. I wish if I could tell them anything. Do something worthwhile with your life. There's all kind of opportunities now that we didn't have.
Right.
And these kids rather go to jail. And I don't get that. School got to be the easiest thing in the world to these kids today. You got a computer, laptop, and all this stuff. And you can't get, everybody ought to be honest students now. All you got to do is ask the right question.
Right, right.
And some of them still don't seem to be able to do that. So,
it's tough, man. You know, and just that, you know, I think that for me personally, it is about just trying to reach them or trying to give them. My thing is always giving another avenue. I can't tell you what to do. I can't, but what I can do is show you something different outside of what you're already seeing. And that's the thing. It's walking. If you've been walking this way and you keep on bumping your head, and you just keep on bumping your head, you keep on bumping your head. Look, I'm gonna just. You ain't even got to walk over this way, but I'm gonna walk that way, and I'm gonna go on through this door. But if you want to stay over there bumping your head, that's you. And that's the thing I say is it's about offering an option. Here's an option. You gotta take it, but it ain't on me because I didn't offer it.
Well, like I try to talk to I tell young men more than anything, start planning your life now. Don't wait till you get 30, 40 years old and start looking for something to do. By the time you get 30, 40 years old, you ought to be halfway through your working for the retirement. Something where you can set up. You know, I tell people all the time, they get mad at me all the time when everybody talks about they got to go to work tomorrow, this, that, and other. I tell them I'm taking the rest of the year off. And I've been taking the rest of the year off for the past almost 11 years now. Because when I was working, I knew there was going to come a time when I wasn't going to want to go to work.
Right.
And I can go to work anywhere I want. My health is good enough for me to go to work, but I refuse to go. Because when I was working, I worked hard. Mm-hmm. Didn't have a problem with getting up going, rain or shine. Did what I had to do. Stayed late, came early. And now I can sit here and do what I do. I mean, I'm not getting rich doing what I'm doing, but I'm rich in the fact that I have peace of mind.
Yes.
And peace at heart.
Yeah.
So, and I know people working hard and making a lot of money and they're miserable as hell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm at peace with me.
And that's the thing, man. When you find that right there, when we find that peace, and see, and I've discovered this for myself personally. It ain't out there.
No.
It ain't over here. It ain't out there. It's up in here. It's in between. When you find that peace within yourself, man. And look, and one thing I found about peace, you ain't finna let nobody disturb it.
Oh no. Trust me. That's one thing I definitely learned there. Because people will people see you at peace, they will disturb you. They say, hell, he too happy. Let me mess up something with him. Hell, you making me feel bad. He just, and see me, what I do, I don't smile. I don't give him a whole lot to hate on me for, because hell, I'm gonna be me all the time. I'm gonna talk to you the same way. If you talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you the same way. You talk to me ignorant, I'm gonna talk to you just like I always talk to you. So it won't be hard for you to discover who the ignorant person is talking to you. Because if I saw you talk ignorant to me, I start talking ignorant back to you. You got two ignorant people talking and nobody making no sense.
Right.
If I shut up and I listen at you talk ignorant and just kind of like, okay, then we know who the ignorant one is. So I try to make it easy for people who want to be ignorant. Let them be themselves.
You can have that ball.
Pretty much. Ain't bothering me a bit. No. I don't. One thing I don't like to do is argue.
That's it. Yes, sir.
I don't like arguing. I don't like getting mad. I don't like getting sick. And all them kind of things bring on that kind of stuff.
Right.
Some people argue with a painted sign. I ain't got time for them. If I did you something wrong, tell me what it is. We'll work it out. Let's move on.
That's it.
But if you come at me with it every day, I'm going to find a way to get rid of it, because I can't deal with all that arguing. And I don't like carrying no grudge. So,
man, that's the crazy part. I know that there are some people who could be mad for 50 years. Look, they be mad so long they don't forget what they were mad about.
Mm-hmm. And then they forgot. A lot of times it be because something they did. And that's the crazy thing that gives me. Hell, you mad at me and it's something you done did. Like, damn. You take it. You know, it's like some people you can do something for, and like I know people I've loaned money to, didn't expect the money back, but they would get mad because they owe you instead of just saying, "Okay, I don't have it," because I never asked them for it.
Right.
But if you come to me and you say, bro, could you loan me $50? I say, okay, I'll loan you $50 because they're quick to tell you, I'm gonna bring it back to you. I'll never expect it to come back because if you need $50, you probably gonna need another 50 after you spend this 50. So if you're gonna help a person, sometimes don't expect them to come back with it. Now if it's more than you should spare, then you need your money back. Then you make it a business transaction. But if I can help a person, somebody need $20, something like that, you know, I got it. I'm gonna give you $20 because I sure ain't gonna worry for you coming back with it. Because I know people are ducky for $5. My stepfather just tell me all the time, you won't get rid of somebody, loan them $1. And you ain't gotta worry about it. Don't loan them too much, because they might think they can come back and get some more. Just loan them enough to show they true self. Give them $10 to $25 and watch to see if they come back. And some people will never come back. And then when they come back, they'll come back with an excuse because they won't borrow something else. So you tend to learn them kind of people in life, which one's the loan and which one's not the loan.
Oh man, you know, and people are so funny. You know, it is hilarious how people, what you just said, you have people get mad at you, and you and they be really mad, be mad for real, like mad,
because they owe you,
and you be sitting up there going like, what?
Yeah, what did I do here? I thought I was helping it. No, that's why I tell anybody come to me talking about, man, could you loan me a few dollars? I say, no, if I can help you, I'll help you, because I don't want to lose you as a friend. And they don't understand what I mean, because hell, I know people I don't loan minimum money to and got to go find them just to let them know it's okay. I ain't worried about the damn money. I'm worried about you as a friend. They are running hide from you. They're going to the witness protection program just to bring you back $50. And I don't like it. Because if you came to me and asked me, bro, could you help me out? And I say, yeah. Now give you $50, go on about your business. We good. If I think I'm doing something the Lord would expect somebody to do if you see a man need help. But if you come with the wrong intentions, you're going to come in, you're going to say, could you loan me? Because you know, if you borrow 50, you probably ain't going to bring it back. And if you do, it's going to take them forever because they act like it's the end of the world. But that's why I tell people, I don't loan people money. When they take it, go about your business. If I ever need you again, if you come back and help me, good. If you don't, then I know not to help you again. But I'm always trying to help where I can. Right. Because that gives me peace.
It is good. You know, and you talk about the things that you do with the helping, and then you talk about your kids that you're raising, and that's another thing. You know, just thinking about that is that you again, that's stepping outside. It's not just that's going above and beyond. And that's something that is to be applauded. And man, just knowing those things, knowing who you are, and the kind of person you are, and the character that stands out and stands above so high, with your art. I mean, you talk about your art. I seen some of that art. Woohoo! Like here.
Look, I got this. Look, this one I did for my what is the thing at? Okay, this was my roommate Mike Jones when I was at Grambling. This is I did this for his birthday. It's on the 3rd of April next month. And we coming up there for the spring game, and I'm gonna give him this one for this is his birthday present.
Oh wow!
This one here I did for my nephew who played at Grambling, Christopher Bazille. But wait a minute, camera. Now this only part of it he saw is this back part. No, he saw this part of it where him catching the ball against Southern, and on the other side of it I got with him. He got a little son, and he don't know I did the part. Wait, hold up. Let me come on, thing. Oh, there you go. The part where him and his son walking into the Superdome.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. And he holding his little boy's hand.
Oh wow!
He don't know about that part.
Look, he know now.
No, he hasn't seen. Well, yeah, you're right, because he did say he was gonna watch it. I forgot that. Look, I forgot. This one I just did for the man who sold me my insurance. He had a picture on his card, and I said, well, let me do something different for him. So on the front of the bottle, I did his picture and put his name under it. And on the backside of it, I did a second line. This,
Oh, wow.
this people,
Wow.
like they always all bunched up across that river for parades and all that stuff. And this fella been calling me. He been calling me for the past couple of days, wanting to buy one of these bottles. So now he ain't got no choice. But that's my pleasure though, sitting there doing them bottles and stuff like that. I do all these little things. This something I painted I don't know how long ago. A dice game in the backyard.
Oh wow! Wow.
People in the neighborhoods, that's what they do. Yeah, that's another exhibit. Now this the dice game in Grambling here. When they used to give us our little $10 a month. This is what they used to do. They spent half the night playing with them little $10 shooting dice. It's all kind of things, man. I paint anything that I can imagine painting or whatever. This is a painting I did of some mushrooms that was growing in my front yard. Every morning I wake up, doggone mushrooms there. So I said, well, hell, I'm gonna paint these suckers just because they're in the yard.
Oh,
but so this and when I'm not doing that, I'm taking pictures. I love photography too, but I only take pictures of things that don't talk back. Because people will mess you up every time. So I spend my time taking pictures of nature, birds, and things like that. And birds ain't easy to take pictures of either, but they don't want you to get nowhere near them.
Right. Why you coming over here?
Yeah, but I got them lenses now. I can reach from across the river and catch them now.
Oh,
so,
man.
But this is what I like to do.
And that, man, and how relaxing is it for you? Is it just,
Sometimes I don't know. Relaxing just seems something like I do all the time. Sometimes I gotta go out in the yard, cut grass or something just to make myself feel like hell I'm doing something. But I don't ask a whole lot in life.
Right.
I don't date anymore and all that kind of stuff because hell, all of that kind of stuff. It gets old. I spend a lot of time with him painting, doing whatever I do, and taking care of the home and everything, and help where I can outside the house. But I'm at peace with myself.
Right.
And that makes it all the world. I can go to sleep anytime, and I don't never have a problem sleeping because I don't go to sleep with nothing in the back of my mind that I shouldn't have did or something I should have did I didn't do or something like that. I live in peace with myself. So as long as I can keep waking up and breathing.
That's that word again, peace. That's that key word. That's that $1 million word that money can't buy. Peace.
Now, if it could, some of them people that got money might be nicer people. They ain't worried about buying no doggone peace. Some people got more money than peace can buy. And they still ain't worried about being nice to nobody.
Man, but that is it, and who'd have thought that this big tough, rough legend would be now.
The funny thing, the last time I was in Grambling for homecoming was in 2018, I think. I think it was 2018, and it was a big homecoming. I'm trying to think who was the coach, was still a coach. But Grambling won the game, but there were so many people in Grambling that weekend. I never seen that many people in Grambling.
Wow.
And the crazy thing about it, all them people that was in school when we were in school, nobody remembered me as a football player. Oh, you the painter. The crazy thing about it, when I was in school, I never spent a lot of time on the campus because it was too easy to get in trouble on Grambling campus with all them girls. And I got married early. I got married my sophomore year there, and I loved my wife. So I stayed in my dorm room. Them women would trip you walking across Grambling track. And I always wanted to stay out of trouble because there were some beautiful women on that campus, and that's probably still a habit. But I knew I couldn't I couldn't deal with all of them. And I wasn't no playboy, no way. I left that to Doug and them. But that was my hero. Doug Williams was my hero in Grambling. Doug, when I first got to Grambling, I came there from the University of Kansas, and I was ineligible the first year I got there. Okay. And I was kind of down on myself because I was playing in Kansas, but I didn't like it there, and I left in the middle of the season and came to Grambling at midterm. And I was kind of depressed because I wasn't playing. Doug always gave me encouragement. He's always telling me, he said, there's a star made here every year. He said, next year, your star shine. And for the next 4 years, it shine. And I always thank him for encouraging me like that. Because at that time, I really needed that.
Right.
But he always been my hero. I tell him that all the time. He laugh when I tell him that, but he don't realize why. But I had good guidance when I first got to Grambling, because all them fellows that was there, they were all about education, and they always said go to class and make sure they always made sure we were on track to graduate, and that was important. Because I didn't think it made sense to go nowhere for 4 years and not get something out of it.
Right. And that's so important, and when you have that, especially being away from home, but then you have that somebody and people around you that are pushing you to be the best you that you can be, and I think that's important. It's important in this world right now to surround yourself and have around you people who encourage you and uplift you and push you to be the best you can be.
I try to give a good impression of me wherever I am, because I find a lot of young people today, so fascinated when they hear me talk. So the young man that I showed you, the bottle that I did, the fellow who sold me the insurance, this man live on every word I say, and because he's a young man, and he thinks, when we talk, I try to talk positive to people. He's a positive young man, and he's real fascinated with my art. That's why I did the bottle for him. And people like him, he thinks that I should talk to other people, younger folks. I try to talk to every young person I can, because some kids just need somebody to give them a spark.
Right.
I decided when I was 14 years old that what kind of man I wanted to be. And I didn't know what kind of man I wanted. I've seen a lot of people growing up, but my first role model was John Shaft. The year the movie Shaft came out, I was 14 years old, and we went seeing the movie. And what got me about Shaft was his not backing down from nothing. When that man walked down the middle of the street in New York City with cars driving around, I said, no, Shaft was my second role model. Sidney Poitier was my first. I take that back. Because in the heat of the night, Sidney Poitier did something that, hell, I ain't never gonna forget. And that kind of thing gave me the idea of who I want to be. Not to be no bully or nobody want to hurt nobody, but don't take no crap from nobody.
Right.
And I don't, because I'm a very nice person, and I don't like getting upset.
Right. I can understand that. I can understand that. I know some opponents that will say the same thing.
And you know something? I never played it. The only game I ever remember playing in Grambling that I was mad in was the first time we played Alabama State. I was trying to kill a boy in front of me. And because I was so busy trying to kill him, I couldn't hit him one time. he kept instead of trying to block me, he kept trying to trip me. Because they kept running away from me, and that was ticking me off, and all he was doing was trying to trip me. So sooner or later, they figured they couldn't run the other side, so they got stupid and run the our side. And that's when I laid his butt out then. Because he had to come to me then. Oh, baby. Don't make the tiger mad. But that's why I never could play mad though. I never tried. I always try to use my mind when I play, because I always try to use the person's weakness against them. And most of the people I used to play against, most of their weaknesses was they were too damn slow. Because I always saw beyond the person I lined up in front of anyway. Just like I couldn't tell you half the time who I was playing in front of, because I was always thinking behind them. I never thought them coming. Most of the time, the folks in front of me was just there for decoration, because I always had a way to get around. And in sometimes they used to say I was offside, but I watched Gary Big Hands Johnson play at Grambling. And when Coach Robinson came to recruit me, I had already seen Big Hands, and that's who I wanted to be like in Grambling. I didn't want to play the same position he played, but I wanted to be a successful. And I spent 4 years trying my best. I don't think I can come close to what Big Hands was. But I gave it everything I had while I was there.
Right.
That was my role model. That dude, bro. That man, Hands was nothing nice.
Oh man, wow.
And see that's the thing about
role model.
Huh?
That ain't a bad role model now.
Oh no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But and I never would have thought I'd end up playing a defensive tackle, because that's what he played. I came to Grambling as a defensive end, and I wound up playing tackle because we had 3 good defensive ends and only 1 tackle. So Coach Sterling moved me to tackle, and I fussed about it, but hell, I was playing every game, so I couldn't complain too much. So, but it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime of memories in that place I'll never forget. And when I come up there now, I don't know where I'll be. I'll be up there driving up and down one-way streets the wrong damn way and everything. Them kids holler, "You're going the wrong way." I can't find nothing up there now.
It has changed.
Oh Lord, has. It's a funny feeling coming up there now, though, because when I come up there, the heart is still there, but the school, that the new college, the new campus is so much more appealing.
Yeah.
We didn't have a whole lot. We didn't even have weights when we were there. And when I got to the National Football League, people say, "Well, did y'all have a weight room?" We asked, "What was that?" They couldn't believe we played and won as many games as we won, and nobody ever lift weights in Grambling. Just imagine if we'd have had weights and a sprint coach.
Right. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, but the thing is, I'll say this, and I could be wrong. What you had was something so much more. You had the heart, the desire, and a solid foundation.
Yeah.
You had the teaching. What do they say? Back to the fundamentals. That's what, if you got the fundamentals, all that other stuff, but you had that right there, and you had that instilled in you. And man, that's what made you as great as you were.
Well, during the time we was when I don't know. Sometimes now when I think about Grambling playing some of the games they play, like when Grambling played Cal, the University of California a couple of years ago, when Coach Files first got there, and then people put 70-something points on them. And I look at that, and to me, when Grambling lose games now, everybody play Grambling, even to this day, they think they've beaten Eddie Robinson. They don't beat Grambling now. They think they've beaten the legend of Grambling. And
right.
I can't. This is what I can't get. I can't understand why they can't get the kids to understand that. That when you play a game, you got to. Coach Robinson worked us for us, and he worked us for the people we were going to play against. So practice never was easy because we had to practice for 2 things. We had to practice to make us as good as we were, and to make the people we were going to beat believe that we were as good as we were. Because if you didn't, he was going to make us believe it in practice. In practice, used to get long, real long. And don't talk about when you come up the week of playing Jackson State. Yeah, we used to go to practice, leave practice, go eat, and come back and practice another hour or so to almost to 9 o'clock at night.
Oh man!
And you think I was gonna get Jackson State a first down? Jackson State didn't know it. That whipping that we was putting on them they caused that themselves. That man used to work us to death for them people. But that was they were one of the best teams we ever played though. I always thought Jackson State was. I always think Jackson was not as good as us, but just as good as us in the swag. I thought they were better. Sometimes they looked better to us on paper.
Wow.
Till they played us. But see, like I said, when they played Grambling, when Coach Robinson was there were a lot of people was playing Coach Robinson's reputation. There wasn't so much. The things that we did on the field was one thing, but a lot of them people, they were just psyched out because Eddie Robinson in the room. But that man, coach knew how to get us ready though.
Man. Yeah. And you know what? And just thinking back to just watching it and just watching what you say, you know, and it's probably still true to this day what you just said. They're not playing. What they're playing is that legend. What they're playing is all of that from the past. It's not that they're playing the kids on the field now. When when they feel like they finna go out here and if they win, if they beat Grambling, they're not beating Grambling. They're beating Grambling.
No, all they think they beat. They still think they beat Doug Williams and James Hunter and all of them kind of people.
Right.
And half of them, to be honest with you, the people who backed us up when I was at Grambling, our second and third string team today would own the SWAC right now. If they had a coach like Coach Robinson coaching them, some of the fellas who backed us up could have went through black college football today like it was nothing. So these people, them people in the MEAC think they think that, you know, since they won a few games, they think they all of a sudden they think they're a tough conference. We used to beat them people for fun. We used to ask Coach Robinson, why we got to play Norfolk State and North Carolina A&T and them? Because hell, that's a waste of our time. You have to beat them people so easy. We beat Norfolk State half the time. I remember one game we played Norfolk and Grambling for homecoming. I think when we went in at homecoming, everybody left because it was so cold. The second half of the game, all we did was stood out there on the field and waited for the clock to run out. Because the people that they wouldn't try to score. I think we beat them like 41-0 or 38-0 or something like that. All them points was in the first half. And after that, everybody left. We didn't even play the rest of it. We just stood. We had to stand out there the rest of the game till the clock ran out.
Wow.
It didn't make no. Now that was we should have played that a half a game and let them forfeit the rest of it. But that's what it was like playing against them kind of people. And again, now they can't beat Prairie View for the sake of their life.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah, it is, and you know what, and it has, and I think again it goes back to the mindset. It goes back to, you know, you playing that tradition that's in you. You know, you take it for real. You know, you take it to heart. It's not like even the anybody that's from there, you know, it's a hard thing. It really is. I mean, if you're from there, if you went to school there, it's a hard thing. And man, it's real. It is real. It is as real as it gets.
We were emotional about the games. Us. I don't know what these kids today do. I don't know. See, they may have a focus in the locker room. If you come in the locker room with us when we were there, the music was playing, everybody was joking around and clowning around and everything. You would swear to God there was no game. You swear to God we had won the game already. These kids now they sitting focused. They put their headphones and all this stuff on. They sit there and they be all zoning in, and then they go out on the field and get their butt kicked. I don't get that. Just it's like I tease my nephew because he played up there for 4 years, and I told him when he talking about he think he could have blocked me. I said, first y'all couldn't even beat nobody. How you gonna block me? You should have started with somebody lesser than me to be talking about you block somebody. Y'all didn't beat nobody. They're losing 8 games a year. I lost 8 games in 4 years in Grambling. So don't talk to me about blocking me. Block them people who beating y'all. Obviously, them people who we were beating couldn't block us. So what makes you think you gonna block me? But that's that nephew, that competitiveness.
Oh,
that boy's a hell of an athlete. But blocking me just was not what. That wasn't even a question.
I said that part wasn't even on the table.
No. I figure ain't nobody could run back up faster than I can run forward. So if you try to pass block me, you better learn how to hold. Because if you can't, we gonna run around you. And then when I got tired of running around you, I'd run over you.
Oh man.
But you were gonna be abused.
Hey, and you did it well. You did it well. I
try to do it to the best of my ability.
Hey, there you go.
That's all I could say. Because my thing was I wanted to play the best I could, just so my part would be covered.
Right.
I knew nobody was gonna run up the middle as long as I was in the middle. So as long as they had to run outside of me, I was okay because I know we had people catch them on the outside, but you wouldn't run it up our middle. And that because if we would have, if they'd have run up our middle, we'd have had Coach Robinson down and making sure nobody else do it again. And Coach will come down on the end and be talking, acting like he's trying to help you. Hell, son, come on, run this one more time. Hell, son, get up in there and hit this boy. Hell, you gotta. Whole practice would be about 3 players. He'll have us down in 2 against 3 all night long, trying to stop somebody running the ball. So we made sure we ain't had that problem. One game, somebody ran up the middle on us, and nobody ever did it again. So we didn't want. Coach Collins said, "Hell, y'all stop them damn people. Don't have Coach back down there on this end with us. He'll be down here all night." But you can't forget them kind of memories, man.
Right, man. That's that is.
It's some stories we could tell in Grambling that it things just never go. We're gonna die with them, and we all still feel like we teammates and brothers.
Right. So. And but that's that bond that you have. That is that bond. That is an unbreakable bond that's there. That's what they call it, blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
And that's a fact, man. That is a fact, and it's one of those things that if you haven't experienced it, then man, you're missing out on something. If you don't have anybody that what do they say? It's blood don't make you family. Blood make you related. It's having that commitment and that loyalty to somebody that makes you family. And that's a fact, and that's what that is, man. That G is about family. It really is about family.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see a lot of the younger players, people that played after us today. They kind of keep a lot of things going in Grambling, like I think a lot of the players from the '80s. They do a lot more organizing of a lot of things in Grambling right now that I think are real good, and I'm happy to see that they making that effort along with the thing that Deion Sanders was doing at Jackson State to help the SWAC. I think everybody should be trying to make that effort. They may not draft a lot of players from the SWAC, but there's a lot of players that played in the SWAC that should some kind of way give back as much as they can to help build us back to where we were.
Right.
Like Deion Sanders said that. I forgot he said 28 or 22 teams or something at their senior day. And that's how it used to be when we were in Grambling. People used to come out and I saw in the last few years that I've been up there, they didn't hardly see any scouts on the field. Yeah, when we were playing, we had to run around them to keep from running over them on the sideline. Right. Now, last time I was up there and watching practice, there might have been one dude out there, one scout out there looking at one player.
Wow.
So a lot's changed, and I know a lot of it's a lack of talent because so many people go to these bigger schools now. Because like when I think my last year in high school was kind of like the end of black schools still getting some of the great players because under all circumstances, if I was coming out of high school today, given the accolades that they laid on me coming out of high school, they couldn't understand why I was going to Grambling when I left high school back then when Grambling was in its heyday. And they said, somebody must be paying me money to go to Grambling. I told them, I said, no, they ain't got to pay me no money to go to Grambling. I'm going to Grambling because this is where I want to go.
Right.
This thing is, my tablet is about to quit on me. It got down to 15%. It's telling me it's the battery. So,
all right, well, look here. I tell you what, Joe, and man, I'm not going to hold you. But what I'll do is this. I'm going to give you these last 2 minutes for your tablet go poop, poop. Look here, I'm gonna give you the last 2 minutes, man, to walk us up out here. However you choose to, whatever you choose to share right now, whatever you choose to push, man. These last two, look, it's 2 minutes. You got to it.
All I say is everybody who can make it to Grambling on the 2nd of April, be there for homecoming black and gold game. So. This is where it seemed like they're building it, and I'll let you know I'm gonna be in the town. So let me see your face in the place.
Hey,
I'll be there. And
Hey,
I will leave them with that.
hey, there it is. And y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from the man. Look here. Joe got some art. Y'all can check Joe out. His Facebook. Y'all can check him out. Man,
Most
his
of it's on
art is
Instagram.
y'all go check him out. He told y'all be down there in Grambling because he gonna be there. Y'all might even get lucky. He might be out there on the field. He can do.
Oh no. I don't do falling down good no more. Oh no. Hell, if you look like you're about to knock me down, I'm gonna grab hold of you and we're gonna fall together so I have something to fall on. No, baby. I ain't I'm an old kid now. I ain't no damn tiger no more. I ain't running, I ain't jumping. And I don't own no gun, so I'm gonna talk real nice to you and hope you have feelings for me. So just remember that I love Grambling and I love everybody who part of it. But Joe ain't tackling nobody else.
Hey, look here. Joe, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming by the table. It has been a joy. It has been a pleasure. It has been an honor, man. I thank you so much for taking time out to stop by to share with us, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Look here. Joe done told y'all he gonna be in Grambling. He done told you. He done told you he might bring some art up there, and he might even sign the thing or two.
Well, I got to bring some up there because I got some people I'm bringing some for.
See ya? See, y'all better catch him at his art. Catch him while you can. Look, and again, I'm telling y'all, Joe might be on the field.
Look, yeah, I might be down there watching. Hell, if I get that close, that's gonna be a miracle. if they start running toward the sideline too much, hell, I'm gonna go sit in the stands then. Hell, they might run over me and hell, they might need an ambulance to get me out of there. Hell, I ain't falling no more. Oh no, I don't do falling down no more. Don't run, don't jump. I take everything as easy as a 90-year-old old cool man.
Oh man, look here, man. We gotta get out of here, Joe. I appreciate it, man. Man, thank you so very much again. Man, it has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure. It's been fun. Man, look, you're welcome to come back anytime you want to. Because we always ready to eat around this place.
Look, anytime you feel like hear me run my mouth, you just let me know. Hey, I've enjoyed it myself.
I love it. I love it. Look here. All country boy finna get out here. Like I say, anytime before I leave. I love you all unconditionally. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Look here. Y'all have a good one now, you hear?
All right, brother.